SW?
Like we have a CDI, right? So they have a CIA. So this is the CIA unit
Currently, I'm tracking
of US.
region, trying to get coverage on the law networks. Slam that.
Very well.
Yen, I work Europe. We just completed our second round of analysis on SWIFT transactions based on liaison data from French and Belgian assets.
Your turn, Lance Armstrong.
Jack Ryan, I work in Yemen. I've been monitoring SWIFT network transactions in and around India.
And?
This person. So this person, like what we have in India, we have CDI, right? So they have Office of Foreign Asset Control, they have CIs, right? This is a department, this is a CI department. So they are tracking all the SWIFT messages. They are checking the transfer of funds happening all across the world. So this person, Mr. Jack Ryan, he is saying that he is all of them, they have got their interviews. They are saying that I'm looking into Europe, I'm looking into Asia. Now this particular person, he is looking into SWIFT transactions of Yemen. Right? Now let's see how it works. Yeah, go ahead.
And, well, actually, in the last few months, I have red flagged several of these transactions as potentially suspicious.
Suspicious. Also,
It's anomalous to see large one-off SWIFT transactions to individuals, especially in Yemen. And normal SWIFT transactions usually occur in patterns.
what's your concern?
There's an unusual transaction, banking transaction, which is happening to an individual account in Yemen. So they are like talking about it. Right? This is how they are tracking. The US dollars is traveling to Yemen is to an individual account and in huge volume. Right, go ahead.
That issue.
It is my theory that individual behind these transactions could be a high level target.
Which one?
Well, now that I'm not necessarily clear.
Who is he?
I believe his name is Suleiman.
They are saying this CIA agent head is asking who is this individual who is receiving so much of US dollars in Yemen, right? So the person says his name is Suleiman, who has received this much amount in US dollars as an individual. So now they are investigating why has this much amount got transferred into his account. Yes, go ahead.
Just popped up on CTC radar. The RH assets mentioned as well. So
That's it. They heard the name. What else did they say?
it's not about what they're saying, sir. It's about how they're saying it. I mean, they're talking about this guy with real reverence. And I'm not talking sectarianism. I mean, he appeals to Shia and Sunni.
Wow. A brand new diplomat on my first day, who would have thought it? How come you're the only one that knows about this mystery?
Well, one of the difficulties in cobbling together intel is when two databases that aren't meant to talk to one another. That's why I've actually written my custom SQL.
Next.
Hi, I'm Patrick. I cover Syria.
Oh, just have it up online.
What is
So this particular video, what I wanted to show you is US authorities is tracking each and every individual globally where the US dollars are getting transferred. Now they have found out there are huge chunk of money which is getting traveled to Yemen to a person's name Suleiman. Right? So they are trying to check, is this a threat to US? Why does he need so much of dollars into his account? So is it going to come back to US as a threat or in the form of terrorism activities? So please don't be under the impression whenever we are dealing in dollars, all US authorities are watching us, our bank accounts, where unusual transactions are happening. Right? So this is just, I wanted to show it to you. It's from a movie clip. This is how the US authorities, they check the SWIFT transaction and every trade, every dollar transaction in individual accounts. Right?
Okay, sir. डॉलर का पैरवी आपको दी नहीं
So I'm almost done with today's session. So if at all you have any questions to ask me, you can put up your hands. You can ask me anything. Yeah, I'm done.
Just one more. I have
Yeah, sure.
foreign currency.
Can you be a little louder so that everyone can
Yeah.
hear you?
I want to know more about the foreign currency cap. Do we gain or loss when we do that?
See, first and the foremost thing when you are an individual, you cannot trade in foreign currency cash. As an individual, you need to justify. If you go to a bank and ask, I need dollars, you need to justify why do you need dollars. You will have to tell the bank that I'm traveling, so because of that I need dollars.
Like suppose if I came back from US
Yeah,
and I have some
Dollars
dollars
with
in
you?
my hand, so I
Yeah.
have to cash out from the bank.
yeah.
So in that case, do I gain or
So what happens, that depends on the exchange rate. That will depend on the exchange rate. So generally what happens is, when you take the dollars when you're traveling abroad, you buy it at a higher rate. When you come back from US, the bank will always give you lesser rate. So there are chances of losing your money is on a higher side. Anything else? Yeah, please.
What is the basic difference between transferring of money via the payment? Normally I use stream as to transfer the money.
Okay.
Why should I transfer the money to no bank?
See, generally what happens is there are n number of platforms to transfer money, right? So bank, I would say this is a legitimate way of sending money. Reason being is, okay, bank checks all KYCs. Now, for example, I spoke about Iran, right? Suppose you don't have any knowledge, right? And some individual says, you please send me money in Iran. You send me some money in Iran and Syria, and what I will do is I will, give you some goods with this particular money. You don't know, Iran is a bank, it's in a bank list. So there are chances of you getting into problems. So generally why I say is you go to a bank for doing transactions because bank will be in the right position to guide you before doing the transaction. So that you don't burn your fingers. Yes ma'am, you want to ask something? Anything else? I think there is no question, Mr. Mehta. I think I'm done. Yeah, with today's session.
Thank you for attention.